Poor Things. Take a look.
I am Bella Baxter. I'm a flawed, experimenting person. I seek outings and adventures. Bella's so much to discover.
You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
I am finding being alive fascinating.
The Victorian-era feminine Frankenstein twist hits theaters today and follows the trials and tribulations that Bella, the latest experiment Surgeon Godwin Baxter, faces as she enters the real world. Josh McBride, lifestyle and entertainment expert, joins us now to talk Poor Things. Let's start there. It's a 92% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a really high score. Why do you think this movie is getting all the hype? Josh, good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Alex. Yeah, I think Emma Stone can do no wrong in a lot of people's book, but I always like to give people the reminder that movies that are just coming out and have such a high Rotten Tomato score, look, this is going to be a huge movie. We know this because of Emma Stone, because of Mark Ruffalo, because of William Dafoe, but we should be cautious when looking at those Rotten Tomato scores as a secondary option because you got to see how many people actually rated it. But this is going to be a big film. I mean, the cast says it all, right? Like you have William Dafoe, who we haven't seen in a minute, Emma Stone, who we haven't seen in a minute. She hosted SNL last week. Alex, I also didn't realize the power of Emma Stone. We know, obviously, she hosted SNL last week. Sasha and Malia Obama were at the post party of SNL last week. And then at the premiere, her friend Taylor Swift comes to the premiere of Poor Things. Like, the power of Emma Stone is insane.
And who would have thunk it? You know what I mean? But like you, I agree. I think she could do no wrong, honestly. Except for maybe the eyebrows are kind of throwing me in the movie. I'm not. I know she has no control over that, but I'm just saying. So also in theaters this weekend is The Boy and the Heron, the latest movie by accomplished Japanese anime filmmaker Hayao Miyazaki, which is a semi-autobiographical fantasy movie. So how is the fan base responding to his latest film?
Huge, absolutely huge. Now, I personally am not a huge anime person, but this director, Hayao Miyazaki, I hope I said that right, is actually probably one of Japan's greatest animation directors. He actually has gone back and forth in and out of retirement since 2013, Alex, saying, all right, I'm done, and then coming back out, and then going, I'm done, and then, So again, this score on Rotten Tomatoes, 97%. Again, I looked at that number, and it was only about a little under 200 yesterday, were about the people that rated it, but this is supposed to do very well. Are you an anime person?
I am not. I haven't even dabbled, haven't even glanced at the titles, nothing. Not my speed, really, but I know a lot of people are.
Anime lovers, Alex. Yeah, for anime lovers, this is a must-watch.
Okay, got it. So for moviegoers who love horror movies, what we're going to talk about now, maybe for you, the same director behind the Saw franchise, this English and Arabic language thriller focuses on a musician and the supernatural powers behind it. This is called the cello, behind this instrument. Now, this film came out in Saudi Arabia a few months ago. So how is this expected to perform in the U.S. its opening weekend?
I think by horror movie lovers, this will do really well. You said it right there. Darren Lynn Bousman, who wrote and directed it, I believe. He directed Saw 2, 3, and 4. So we know sort of his style. It actually was shot in Arabic, this movie, and then mixing it and then doing ADR took a minute. And then having to translate it, of course, has taken longer than they were really expecting. They were really hoping that this was going to come out sooner. You know, Alex, again, the thing is with a lot of these movies now, you have to be really careful because a lot of them were set to premiere a lot earlier this year. They've been in the can, but because of the SAG-AFTRA strike, they had to be on hold.
And they weren't really promoted either. So a lot of these titles, some people may not even know are coming up. But back to the Saw movies, anytime I see a truck with wood and on the back of it, do you know the Saw movies? You think, I know how this movie ends.
So I think if you are a horror movie lover, and there are so many, I think that the cello is definitely one to watch out for. So really something I feel like that's out there this weekend, especially for every type of movie goer.
All right, Josh McBride, lifestyle and entertainment expert. Thank you for joining us on the show. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Alex.
We'll be back.
Rebag, the way luxury resale should be. A curated selection of investment pieces to treasure today or sell tomorrow. Instantly refresh your collection. Get 10% off your first purchase at Rebag.com with code REBAGTV.
At Spot, we believe pets make us better people. They remind us that we're capable of more than we think we are, and that kindness makes a difference. So when it comes to the ones you love, let Spot Plans protect you. Go to spotpet.com to get a free quote today.
Municipal bonds don't usually get the media coverage the stock market does. In fact, most people don't find them all that exciting. But if you're looking for the potential for consistent income that's federally tax-free, now is an excellent time to consider municipal bonds from Henyon & Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk with one of our bond specialists at 1-800-465-8465. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide, free, with details about how bonds can be an important part of your portfolio. Henyon & Walsh is specialized in fixed income and growth solutions.